go to get information from there, you can source it from any of your representatives in your respective areas, or you can come to the office of the RCC. We're always open. And we live in a digital era where you can even throw me a message on WhatsApp. I can answer you. You can call any other person and get the right answer to whatever concern you need. But there's also the Youth Livelihood Program, which is still running. Go for it. There is also the Grow Fund. It was only a limitation of time, but I wanted to interest you, especially the ladies present, or the men interested. Empower your women, empower the ladies near you to go for the Grow Fund. Grow Fund is a fund specifically reserved for women in small and medium enterprises. It is controlled under private sector foundation. It is government money. And you can even earn to a tune of 2 billion shillings and more for your development projects, as long as you prove that it's viable. So when I was talking about bankable projects, these are bankable projects which are sellable to even government fund, like the Grow Fund, which is found in the private sector foundation Uganda. And we have pulled that office closer to you. It is in Imbarara, just at Boma here near Red Cross offices. That's where the offices of private sector foundation Uganda are located. So some of you women who are interested in business, please, this is the right time. And the youth, you may front the women and then work behind the women. You can still benefit from this fund. There's also the Women Livelihood Program. It is still running. Pick more interest in it, especially you who are land and exposed. Me, myself, and my office, I'm always available 24/7, even if it means moving to Kampala to meet ministers, PSs. I'm ready to offer my network for the purpose of you achieving what you want to achieve, as long as it is in line with the government development programs, issues to do with the intervention programs, all in information. You are doing what I have also gone through. I was mentored by Conrad Stiftung at the NEMA Stiftung, the German agency, which has a lot of money, which money is sometimes taken back to Germany because Ugandans have failed to utilize that fund. I think the lady from GIZ should be able to explain this to us also, such that you can understand. Much of the funds allocated to Uganda are not utilized because the youth are not giving in bankable projects to utilize those funds. Am I right, madam? GIZ. Yes, I've been talking to Mike, one of the leaders in those government, I mean Germany, funding agencies for youth. Much of this money may be coming to the respective political parties in Uganda, which are democratic in nature. But the political parties are busy in demonstrations instead of going for the development projects for their youth using their parties. So they end up only in this politicking at this level, forgetting that even as you politic from opposition or from the government, in the party in government, there are still more funding for visible projects which are given through the political lines. I'm very much aware of this. I've been talking to some of the ambassadors around, but you find that our innovation to go for such money and interest them to fund our projects for poverty intervention are very limited. We always end up sitting and going into what is only talking and politicking and worokoso, and we leave the most important aspect of what can develop us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kausu. We appreciate your knowledge, and I think from here we're going to make sure we access these programs and find out about, in case we don't know, we shall come back to you for more help and guidance. Thank you so much. I've had a program.
Sure, I'm very available. And let me give you my number as well.
0772
383 111. 0772 383 111.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And my fellow parliamentarians, and by names of Chogabere Scovia, representing Isinjo District. I hereby second this motion, urging the government to prioritize investment in climate change. I submit.
Thank you, Honorable Anita. Honorable members, we have a motion number 2, which is item number 7 on our paper, a motion for a resolution of the Youth Parliament urging government to prioritize investment in climate change. Open for discussion.
Honorable Speaker, as the House at large, good afternoon. By names of Twijukye, representing the youth, and I'm here to discuss about the resolution of the Youth Parliament urging the government to prioritize in investment in climate change. This is a very important motion, and I would wish, even if it is not the government, but also the private sector, to listen to this, because we are all living here because of the environment. To take back like 3 seconds, in 500 BC, the world was not existing because of climate. Many people, when they came to civilization, everything got destroyed. That's why we are seeing many people, they are saying us that we came from monkeys, we came from different things because of climate change. I would urge the government to invest, most especially with the young, energetic people, to be part of the change of this climate. Madam Speaker, as a honorable here, I started an organization known as River's Restoration Initiative, because it is one of the rivers that supplies over 24 districts in Western Uganda. Through this Parliament for the youth, I would urge the local leaders who are around, plus our youth leaders, to listen to this very carefully if we want to see our 7th generation. My points are as follows. I would like and would love the government to invest in climate change because of the economic stability and growth. What would I be meaning here? Recently, most of us were held by COVID-19. It was climate change, because me as a scientist, when we sat down, we saw how the climate had changed and how this COVID was coming into the people. We found out, due to climate change, it was part of that most death of the people who were disturbed by COVID-19. So I would mostly encourage, if they would invest in it economically, we would be very okay, and stability, we would be growing at a high pace. Number 2 is public health. Most of us, if we are encouraged and the government supports us in this climate change and our public health is very okay, I know and I believe we would see our 7th generation. You might be the 3rd, but there are other 4 generations you're supposed to see. How? If each one of us plants like 20 trees, what can happen to the next generation? Because we are seeing our leaders, the elder leaders right now, they are cutting down the trees to die with them. Solution number 1 would be, I would like the government plus the honorable members in the August House to get involved in environmental protection. Another point is, we know most of us we are in non-renewable energy. I would wish we could change, come from that ATS, I mean the Africa traditional way of handling the environment, and we go to the renewable energy sector, that at least we are starting using gas, and we see we are not cutting down a lot of trees. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nicholas. Do we have any